My fellow Nerdicans, welcome back to another episode of the Jank Tank. Today we've got another exciting gameplay video for you. It's going to be Red Bardock's crew versus Red Broly BR. And I am trying to come back from a long hiatus because I had a lot of things going down. I had the passing of my mother, the birth of my baby girl, and I also got a new job. So on top of all that, that's what's going on, and that's why I had to take a break because I was just far too busy in everything that I had going on. So Tommy gets to go second. I go first. Tommy is piloting the Broly deck. I am piloting Bardock's crew. Tommy uses his leader's ability to play out or search out his planet Vampa. The cards that I played are they're actually both one-drop promos. I forget what the other Bardock is, but the one-drop chain attack Bardock, what he does is he's got Bond 3, and if he meets Bond, he gets plus 11k because I believe he's a 4k, and he has critical. And when he attacks, you get to minus your opponent's one of your opponent's battle cards by 4,000 for every Red Saiyan and or Bardock screw card in your battle area. And then the other one-drop Bardock screw was Bardock Fatherly Feelings, and what he does is he is a top 5 search, and I get to play a one-drop red Bardock screw from my deck, or not from my deck, but from those 5 cards with its auto skill negated. So, for example, if I played the Fascia, I wouldn't get the top 5 search from the Fascia. If I played the Borgos, I believe it is, I wouldn't get the draw from the Borgos, but their bond is still active, so they can still be beater swings if you meet the bond on the board, which all of them have bond 3. So Tommy has kind of a lot going on right now. Did kind of a bunch while I was just yapping away over there. He has played the one-drop, I believe, Astonishing Potential, and then Bob Broly's friend. So here I'm comboing out of his crit swing because he took a life in order to give his leader critical. So here Tommy activates Swap to play the 3-drop, which allows him to play the Paragus from his hand. When he plays the Paragus, he gets a top 5 search for any Broly BR card. It looks like he picks out another 3-drop. And then he swings with the 3-drop. It is a 9k, but since it has Servant, it becomes a 19k. So here, if I'm not mistaken, I had a plan. I did it very wrong. Yeah, I had a plan and I did it very wrong. Yeah, this is what I meant to do, is I meant to play the other Bardock. I still meant to play the one-drop Bardock when I swung. But, oh wait, yeah. So what was supposed to happen is I was supposed to play the one-drop Bardock that I played when I swung. I was supposed to pay for that one, use its ability to take my life down, gather some resources, and then use my leader's ability to play out the critical swing, and then use that to awaken, since this Bardock can awaken when you have 3 or more red sands on the board. I think it's just 3 or more red sands. It might be 3 or more red sands and or Bardock's crew, but I don't remember off the top of my head at the moment. I can look it up though. Let's take a look. Yeah, just mono red sands. That's what it is. Alright, so Tommy took damage from the leader swing, and now he's trying to get out of these crit swings. And because I was able to minus his servant for, I was able to minus his servant card 12k twice, because the Bardock's ability is not a limit 1. It is a once per turn, but not a limit 1. And since he wasn't already awakened, I was comfortable getting rid of that 3-drop, because on the awakened side, the leader has an ability that you can pitch a card from your hand and play a 4-drop Broly, 4-drop or less Broly from your hand. And why that's important is because the 4-drop Broly, if that's the one that you're choosing to play, forces your opponent to warp a card from their hand until the end of their next turn. So he's using, I believe, yeah, he used the Planet Vampa to search out a Paragus, and then he had to pitch a card, because the Vampa makes you pitch a card when you play something out using it. And then the Paragus allows you to search out a Broly BR, and he searches out the 6-drop. So now he's going to tap 2, play his Gogeta Unison, which allows him to search up to 3 cards in his deck. So he adds some markers to his Unison to play a 1-drop in rest mode. And then he's going to swap into the 3-drop, which allows him to play another Paragus, so he's getting another top 5 search. Searches out the 5-drop Broly. And if I'm being completely honest, what would really put this Broly deck over the top would be if it had some more consistent draw power. Because once you get through your searchers and stuff, you kind of sputter out. It's hard to keep a large hand, because other than your searchers, the only cards that really draw you cards are your leader on swing and then your super combo, and that's essentially it. I mean, you do have your Unison that if you pay 2, you can search the top 3, but it's a difficult situation, because it does build a fairly large hand pretty quickly, but to keep a large hand is very, very difficult with that Broly. Whereas with the Bardock deck, it's actually kind of easy to keep a decent hand if you play your cards right. It's very easily to screw yourself with this Bardock deck because of a few stipulations. One of them being that you can only use extra cards with cost of 1 or less. You can't, meaning you can't use token negates, you can't use familial bonds. And here I'm using a cheeky little tech that I added. Bardock Heritage of a Legend, because it reduces its cost by 3 yellow if you have 2 Z energy and your leader is a yellow, or a Bardock screw card. So since my leader is a Bardock screw card, and I have the Z energy, I'm able to play the Bardock, use its Floodgate ability, even though I don't have a yellow leader. And actually, this card really helped this deck to be defensive enough to be able to be even considered like playable, honestly, because it was really hard trying to run your defenses with just the red floodgates. So Explosive Dance and Imposing Presence, Unending Awakening, things like that. Honestly, what I really think could push the Broly leader over the top, and honestly, the Bardock leader as well, is if they got a Z leader, which worked with the dynamic of what the deck's trying to do. So here he's trying to play the Vegeta battle card, and I was seeing if it gained barrier when it was played, or if it gained barrier after it used its ability. Then it's after it uses its ability, so I used defeating the demon to go ahead and minus that Vegeta by 20k before it really became a threat. And Tommy was getting ready to scoop here, but he was a good sport about it, and finished out the match since we are filming. So thank you for that, Tommy. I always appreciate it. So yeah, he's trying to play out the rest of this turn. So he swings with his Unison, and I think he was planning on minusing markers to be able to give it the boost and the double strike, but since I used the blocker, he decided against that, even though it would have killed my defeating the demon. But that's not... excuse me, that yawn snuck up out of nowhere. That's not one of the most more crucial pieces right now. So it really doesn't... It might be more harmful to try and minus the Unison to get rid of just the defeating the demon. But here I actually legitimately beat him. The game is over, and smash that like button, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for your support, and I look forward to making more videos.